Step back to the 1970s, when beloved restaurants like Howard Johnson's and Shaky's Pizza made dining unforgettable. Join us as we revisit 25 iconic spots now lost to time. Howard Johnson's, the roadside oasis. Remember the thrill of spotting that bright orange roof on a long road trip? Founded in 1925 by Howard Deering Johnson in Quincy, Massachusetts, Howard Johnson's wasn't just a restaurant, it was an American icon. Positioned strategically along highways, it became a staple for road trippers and families alike, offering comfort foods like fried clams, hot dogs, and those unforgettable 28 flavors of ice cream. By the 1960s and 70s, Howard Johnson's had expanded to over 1,000 locations, making it one of the largest chains in the country. But as fast food giants like McDonald's and Burger King gained ground, the beloved brand struggled to keep up, with many locations shutting down. In 2022, the last Howard Johnson's closed, marking the end of an era. Yet for many, the memory of those family road trips and pit stops keeps Howard Johnson's alive as an iconic piece of Americana. Shaky's Pizza, where every night was a party. Did you ever step into Shaky's Pizza and hear live Dixieland jazz playing? Founded in 1954 by Sherwood Shaky Johnson and Ed Plummer in Sacramento, California, Shaky's combined food and fun in a way that was revolutionary for its time. With a menu featuring pizza, fried chicken, and beer, Shaky's became a lively gathering spot where families celebrated birthdays, sports victories, or just a fun night out. At its peak in the 1970s, Shaky's had expanded to nearly 350 locations, but as the pizza industry shifted towards delivery, Shaky's struggled to adapt, and many locations began to close. Although only a few remain today, the memory of Shaky's lives on for those who recall its signature pizza, the infectious music, and the festive atmosphere that made every visit feel like a celebration. Bob's Big Boy, a classic American diner. If you've ever spotted the chubby, smiling Big Boy mascot, you've glimpsed a slice of American diner history. Bob's Big Boy started as a small hamburger stand in Glendale, California, opened by Bob Wien in 1936. The double-decker Big Boy burger became an instant hit, quickly turning Bob's into a beloved chain across the United States. By the late 1980s, there were over 240 locations, with families flocking to enjoy classic diner meals, served in a friendly, retro setting. But after ownership changes and increasing competition from fast food giants, Bob's Big Boy struggled to keep its footing. Today, only a few locations remain, with the Burbank, California spot designated as a historic landmark. The iconic Big Boy statue and the retro diner decor make Bob's a nostalgic symbol of yesteryear's dining experience. Sizzler, affordable steakhouse dreams. Imagine walking into Sizzler on a Friday night, the smell of grilled steak filling the air. Founded in 1958 by Del and Helen Johnson in Culver City, California, Sizzler was the affordable family steakhouse. Known for its variety of steak, seafood, and the all-you-can-eat salad bar introduced in the 80s, Sizzler quickly became a favorite for families. By the mid-1960s, it had grown to over 100 locations across California. But as chains like Outback Steakhouse and Red Lobster gained popularity, Sizzler faced competition, leading to a Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1996. Though its presence is limited today, Sizzler holds a cherished place in the memories of those who grew up enjoying its affordable, hearty meals. Burger Chef, a fast food innovator. Ever heard of the fast food combo meal? Burger Chef invented it. Founded by Frank and Donald Thomas in 1954 in Indianapolis, Indiana, Burger Chef was ahead of its time with its triple threat combo, a burger, fries, and a drink for just 45 cents. This concept revolutionized fast food, inspiring chains like McDonald's to follow suit. With over 1,000 locations by 1973, Burger Chef was a national sensation. But in the 80s, changing ownership and fierce competition led to its decline, and most Burger Chef locations were either rebranded or closed by 1996. Although it's no longer around, Burger Chef's impact on the fast food industry lives on through the combo meal, which remains a staple today. Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor, the ultimate birthday spot. Can you hear the sirens and drums? That's Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor bringing out The Zoo, a massive ice cream sundae that made every birthday unforgettable. Founded in 1963 by Bob Farrell and Ken McCarthy in Portland, Oregon, Farrell's was famous for its festive, old-timey decor, complete with player pianos and staff in period costumes. By the 1970s, Farrell's had over 120 locations across the U.S., drawing families for birthday parties and celebrations. Despite its popularity, Farrell's struggled after being acquired by Marriott in 1972, leading to many closures. Today, Farrell's is remembered fondly as a place where kids and adults alike could celebrate in style, making every visit a special occasion. Red Barn, the fast food barn. For many, Red Barn's barn-shaped buildings were as much a part of childhood as the Big Barney Burger. Founded in 1961 in Springfield, Ohio, Red Barn quickly became known for its family-friendly atmosphere and unique offerings like the self-service salad bar, a first in fast food. By the 70s, there were over 300 locations in the U.S., Canada, and Australia. However, changing ownership and competition from larger chains led to its decline, and by 1988, the last Red Barn had closed. Despite its brief run, Red Barn remains a nostalgic memory for its cozy, home-style vibe that set it apart from other fast food spots. VIP's family restaurant, the Traveler's Stop VIP's, was more than just a diner. It was a haven for weary travelers. Founded in 1968 by Keith Andler and Robert Smith in Oregon, VIP's served classic American diner fare like burgers, pancakes, and coffee. Located near freeway exits, VIP's became the go-to stop for road trippers across the Pacific Northwest. By the early 1980s, it had expanded to over 50 locations, but as fast food grew, VIP's struggled to keep up. In 1982, many locations were sold to Denny's, and by 1989, the last VIP's had closed. For travelers and locals, VIP's will always be remembered as a reliable, welcoming stop along the way. Steak and Ale, the affordable night out. If you wanted a steak dinner without breaking the bank, Steak and Ale was the place to go. Founded in 1966 by Norman Brinker in Dallas, Texas, Steak and Ale brought the English pub style to America, offering affordable steak dinners in cozy, dimly lit surroundings. By the 1980s, it had over 280 locations, attracting families and couples for a nice night out. But as casual dining competition grew, Steak and Ale found it hard to keep up, eventually filing for bankruptcy in 2008. Although the chain no longer exists, its legacy lives on in the many casual dining spots it inspired. Henry's Hamburgers, the budget burger. Before McDonald's ruled the burger world, there was Henry's. Founded in 1954 by the Breslers Ice Cream Company in Chicago, Illinois, Henry's offered 15-cent burgers, becoming a favorite for budget-conscious diners. With over 200 locations by the early 1960s, Henry's slogan, "Aren't you hungry for a Henry's?" was catchy enough to draw in crowds. However, by the mid-1970s, competition from larger chains led to closures, with only one remaining location today in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Henry's legacy remains as a pioneer of affordable, tasty burgers in the fast food industry. Minnie Pearl's Chicken, a short-lived Southern gem. Do you remember Minnie Pearl's Chicken, the fried chicken spot with a hint of Southern charm? Launched in 1966 and endorsed by country star Minnie Pearl, this chain quickly expanded in the South with locations popping up across Nashville and beyond. Named after the beloved country music figure Minnie Pearl, Minnie Pearl's Chicken aimed to offer a taste of home-cooked Southern flavor. Despite its rapid expansion, the chain faced internal struggles with food quality and financial missteps, causing it to close most locations by the early 70s. Though its run was short-lived, Minnie Pearl's holds a unique place in the memories of those who tasted its fried chicken. Lums, beer-steamed hot dogs and bold flavors. For some, Lums was a dining adventure. Founded in 1956 in Miami Beach, Florida, Lums served beer-steamed hot dogs, an innovative twist on a classic that became its claim to fame. With a quirky, laid-back vibe, Lums quickly spread across the country, reaching over 400 locations by 1971. The restaurant even took a daring step into the entertainment world by purchasing Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. However, a shift in ownership in the late 70s led to financial difficulties, and by the early 80s, most Lums locations had shut down. Though it's no longer around, Lums is remembered fondly for its unique menu and its daring spirit in the restaurant industry. Sambo's, a controversial American staple. Sambo's was both a favorite and a source of controversy in its heyday. Founded in 1957 in Santa Barbara, California, by Sam Battistone and Newell Bonnet, the chain grew rapidly, known for its affordable breakfast options and friendly diner-style atmosphere. At its peak, Sambo's had over 1,100 locations nationwide, serving everything from pancakes to burgers. But as public opinion shifted, the name's association with racial stereotypes sparked protests, and the company faced financial and reputational challenges. By 1981, Sambo's filed for bankruptcy, and most locations were rebranded or closed. Despite its complicated history, Sambo's represents a piece of mid-century diner culture, remembered by those who frequented its counters and booths. Gino's Hamburgers, the home of the Gino giant. If you're from the Mid-Atlantic, you might remember Gino's Hamburgers. Founded in 1957 by football star Gino Marchetti and his partners, Gino's offered a unique mix of fried chicken and the Gino Giant Burger. It quickly became a regional favorite, with over 300 locations by the 1970s, primarily around Maryland and Pennsylvania. Known for its local charm, Gino's became a beloved part of the fast food scene in the region. However, in 1982, Marriott Corporation acquired Gino's and converted most locations into Roy Rogers restaurants, ending an era for Gino's fans. Though it's no longer widely available, Gino's remains a nostalgic icon for many who grew up enjoying its flavors. Red Barn, the barn-shaped wonder. From its quirky, barn-shaped architecture to hearty offerings like the Barn Buster Burger, Red Barn wasn't just any fast food joint, it was a standout destination. Launched in 1961 in Springfield, Ohio, Red Barn quickly became a family favorite across the US, Canada, and even Australia. What set it apart was its innovative menu and an early self-service salad bar, which attracted health-conscious diners long before it became a trend. With over 300 locations at its peak in the 1970s, Red Barn held its own in a competitive industry. However, ownership changes in the 1980s left the chain struggling without solid support, leading to its decline and eventual closure by 1988. Despite this, its nostalgic barn-like buildings and trailblazing approach to mixing burgers with healthier options still make it a cherished memory among those who dined there. Carrols, the Northeast's favorite burger spot for diners across New York and Pennsylvania, Carrols was a beloved local favorite with its affordable, tasty burgers like the Club Burger and unique fish sandwich, the CP. Launched in 1960, Carrols began as a modest drive-in named after the daughter of Tasty Free's co-owner Leo Moran, and quickly grew popular for its laid-back atmosphere and signature menu items. By the 1970s, Carrols had grown to around 150 locations and became a budget-friendly alternative to national chains like McDonald's. However, mounting competition in the fast food industry led Carrols to start converting its locations into Burger King franchises in 1975. Though the last U.S. Carrols location closed in 1981, the brand continued in Finland until 2012, remaining a nostalgic name for those who remember its bold menu and local charm. Official All-Star Cafe, Dining with the Stars. The official All-Star Cafe combined sports fandom and dining in a way that attracted tourists and fans alike. Founded in 1995 by Planet Hollywood, the sports-themed restaurant became a popular destination in places like Times Square in Las Vegas. With backing from celebrity athletes like Shaquille O'Neal, Joe Montana, and Wayne Gretzky, the restaurant offered a unique experience. Stadium-style food served in a memorabilia-filled atmosphere that celebrated American sports culture. However, the concept began to falter as themed restaurants lost their novelty appeal, struggling to attract regular customers beyond tourist seasons. Despite the excitement surrounding its launch, financial struggles caught up with Planet Hollywood, leading to the last official All-Star Cafe closing its doors in 2007. While short-lived, the cafe still resonates as a nostalgic moment in the 90s trend of celebrity-backed dining. Royal Castle, Southern Comfort. Royal Castle brought the mini burger trend to the South, drawing inspiration from White Castle but with a regional twist that resonated with local diners. Founded in 1938 in Miami, this chain specialized in small, square burgers served with minced onions and pickles, complemented by its signature fresh squeezed orange juice and birch beer. Royal Castle became a Southern staple, growing to over 175 locations across Florida, Georgia, Ohio, and Louisiana by the 1960s. However, as fast food giants like McDonald's expanded into these areas, Royal Castle began to struggle with competition and management issues. Sold in 1969, the chain faced financial woes and declining quality, ultimately closing by 1975. Yet, for those who remember it, Royal Castle remains a nostalgic part of Southern fast food history, offering a comforting, homey dining experience. The Brown Derby, a taste of Hollywood glamour. More than just a place to dine, the Brown Derby represented the height of Hollywood elegance and celebrity culture. Opened in 1926 in Los Angeles, it became famous for its signature Cobb salad, an iconic derby hat-shaped building, attracting stars and locals alike. Known for its walls adorned with caricatures of famous guests, the Brown Derby was a hotspot for Hollywood's elite and a landmark of glamour in the early 20th century. As dining trends shifted, the restaurant faced financial troubles, and by the 1980s, most of its locations had closed. The original Wilshire Boulevard location shut its doors in 1980, but the Brown Derby remains a symbol of Hollywood's golden age, beloved by those who fondly remember its unique blend of great food, star-studded atmosphere, and nostalgic charm. Steak and ale, affordable elegance. Steak and ale brought an upscale steakhouse experience to the average American family, thanks to its cozy, English pub-inspired decor and reasonably priced steaks. Founded in 1966 by Norman Brinker in Dallas, Texas, the restaurant provided a more refined alternative to typical fast food options, attracting diners who wanted a special night out without the high cost. By the 1980s, Steak and Ale had expanded to 280 locations and was a popular choice for families looking for affordable elegance. However, as competition intensified and dining trends shifted in the 1990s, Steak and Ale struggled to maintain its appeal, and efforts to revamp the menu didn't save it. The chain eventually declared bankruptcy in 2008, but it's still remembered fondly as a pioneer in making steakhouse dining accessible for families. Beefsteak Charlie's I'll Feed You Like There's No Tomorrow. With its promise of bottomless salad bars, beer, and wine, Beefsteak Charlie's became a popular East Coast dining experience in the 1970s and 80s. Originally founded in 1910, it was rebranded in the 1970s with a hearty slogan, "I'll feed you like there's no tomorrow." Known for generous portions and an affordable yet festive atmosphere, Beefsteak Charlie's appealed to families and groups looking for a filling meal. However, its generous portions and unlimited drink policy eventually proved financially unsustainable, especially as fast food giants offered cheaper alternatives. By the late 1980s, most locations had closed, but Beefsteak Charlie's is still remembered for its over-the-top dining style, offering patrons an unforgettable dining experience with its all-you-can-eat philosophy. The Magic Pan, the crepe craze. The Magic Pan brought French-inspired flair to American diners, with its automated crepe-making machine captivating customers across the country. Founded in 1966 in San Francisco by Hungarian immigrants Lona and Pait Fono, the chain grew in popularity for its savory and sweet crepe offerings, from chicken divan to strawberry chocolate crepes. The Magic Pan expanded to over 110 locations across the U.S. and Canada under Quaker Oats' ownership. However, shifting dining trends and challenges in maintaining its niche appeal led to closures by the early 1990s. Although it's gone, the Magic Pan is fondly remembered for introducing a new cuisine to American diners and for its inventive crepe-making process that added a touch of theater to the dining experience. White Tower, the castle's twin. Inspired by White Castle's success, White Tower carved out its own legacy with its iconic fortress-like buildings and small, square burgers served in a simple, no-frills style. Founded in 1926, White Tower expanded to 230 locations by the 1950s, becoming known for its straightforward menu of burgers, fries, and shakes. However, a lawsuit from White Castle forced White Tower to pay royalties and modify its design, impacting its brand identity. Rising competition from other fast food chains in the 1970s led to a gradual decline, and by the 1980s, most White Tower locations had closed. Despite these challenges, White Tower remains a nostalgic favorite for those who appreciated its affordable dining and simple, clean aesthetic. VIP's Family Restaurant, the Traveler's Diner. VIP's Family Restaurant was a staple for travelers and locals alike, offering classic American fare in a welcoming, roadside diner atmosphere. Founded in 1968 by Keith Andler and Robert Smith in Tualatin, Oregon, VIP's quickly grew in popularity with its hearty menu of burgers, pancakes, coffee, and other diner favorites. Located primarily near freeway exits, VIP's catered to road trippers looking for a convenient and satisfying meal. At its height, the chain boasted over 50 locations across the Pacific Northwest and Northern California, creating a homey rest stop for those journeying through the region. However, as fast food chains and casual dining giants rose in popularity, VIPs struggled to keep pace. Many locations were sold to Denny's and JB's restaurants in 1982, and by 1989, the last VIP's family restaurant had closed. While it's now a piece of history, VIP's remains fondly remembered for its comfort food and nostalgic diner vibe that catered to travelers on the go. Puppin Taco, a unique fusion of flavors. Puppin Taco stood out with a quirky menu that combined hot dogs, tacos, burgers, and even pastrami sandwiches, giving Southern California diners a unique fast food experience. Founded in 1956 in Pasadena, California, Puppin Taco gained popularity for its range of flavors and offerings like slushes and a partnership with RC Cola. By the 1970s, the chain had over 100 locations. However, rising property prices and increased competition from larger fast food brands led to Taco Bell acquiring most of its locations in 1984. Though it's no longer around, Puppin Taco remains a nostalgic favorite for those who remember its distinctive menu that blended American and Mexican flavors in a way that few other fast food chains dared to do. Though these iconic restaurants have faded, their legacy lives on in our memories. From burgers to crepes, they shaped American dining. Which of these classic spots do you miss most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more nostalgic journeys.